After 2 OTS tournaments, tons of preparations, tons of practice, the day has finally arrived. 14th of June, States Championships in Cape Town, guys. So guys, just to break off this video, first part, we're going to show the deck profile. Second part, just want to clarify something with the Fiendsmith engine. Basically, just to show how you can still put your Fiendsmith engine in rotation. And it's okay if you guys don't want to play the Fiendsmith engine, but I think it's still a really good engine to include in Cyber Dragons. I have no complaints with it. I will still play it. So I just want to show you guys in the second part of the video. The third part of the video, it will be our matchups and the overall score and performance at the States Championships. Then guys, just to let you guys know beforehand, in a separate video, it won't be in this video, I will show and go over the feature match. Yes guys, we were in a feature match. So next video will be the feature match. Hope you guys will be excited for that, because I am. Otherwise guys, States Championships. Let's hop right into the deck profile. Okay guys, let's quickly go over our deck profile. We did make changes to the main deck, not the side deck. Yes, to the main deck and the side deck, guys. So we are still playing 54 cards in the main deck. Let's quickly go over the main deck first. So 3 Cyber Dragons, mandatory. 2 Hertz. I already explained why you need to play 2 Hertz. Basically, you need to send 1 from the deck to the graveyard. So if you join to the 1 and you only play 1, you can't send another copy. Cool. Then we play 1 Cyber Dragon, 1 Nashter, 1 Cyber Jormungandr. These are fine. These ratios are not going to change. Cyber Jormungandr is for combo. Nashter is also for combo and for follow-up. I'll discuss the specifics later on in the video. Then onto the Cyberdarks, we play 3 Claw, 1 Chimera, and 1 Cyberdark Worm, the MVP of this deck. Then we obviously will be playing the 1 Therion King Regulus because it is searchable of Clockwork Knight. Self-explanatory. Then onto our Fiendsmith engine, we still play 3 Engravers, 1 Lacuma, 1 Lurry. Then we play 2 Tract and 1 Fiendsmith Paradise. Next, we play the Kashtira engine. So we play 3 Unicorns because Unicorn is the main important part of the engine. Next, we play 1 Fenrir, 1 Birth, 1 Pressured Planet, Ryzeal. I did remove the 2 Fenrir to 1 because, as I said, Unicorn is more important, not the Fenrir. And I'm actually quite happy with this. I took out the 1 Fenrir and replaced it with a card which I will just get into down the line. 3 Cyberdark Realms, 3 Cyber Emergency, 1 Cyberlord Fusion, 1 Polymerization. I don't play Fusion Substitute. I actually don't want to play that card. The reason is Fusion Substitute only uses materials on your field, so that forces you to use Nashter as material. Instead, I like to use Poly because I can at least return Nashter to my hand as follow-up in case in the next turn I want to normal or special summon Nashter to reborn a monster in my graveyard. So I prefer Polymerization. I'm happy with it. I don't regret not playing Fusion Substitute. We play the 2 Powerbound, of course. I already explained why. You need to get that ability to banish materials from your graveyard of Cyberdark Chimera, so that in case you join to the 1, you still need to be able to search a second copy from the deck. So this is why we play 2. We play 2 Clockwork Knight. 1 is for the discard of Cyberdark Chimera. 1 is for a Floodgate effect. We don't play 3 because we don't want to see that in our opening hand. Clockwork Knight doesn't really work well against a lot of YuGiOh decks. Now guys, into the hand traps. We made changes. Yes guys, we are playing 3 Fuwalos. After the 2 OTS tournaments, I have realized how much, well not how much, but how powerful the Mulchomies are, especially Fuwalos. And I decided to make that change. One of my friends was kind enough to let us use his Fuwalos for the the States Championships. And Fuwalos did come up, it did put in the work, and it did perform as it should, putting pressure on our opponent and essentially making them not commit too much to their combo and pass for turn, and we were able to either win the game or just break our opponent's board. Fuwalos is needed, guys. I know the Mulchomies are expensive, but in this format of YuGiOh, with these cards being available, you do need to play it. I play Voiceless. I don't play the Purrely because Voiceless is just a bit better, and I just believe the other hand traps I'm playing are just a bit more effective than Purrely, because Purrely is more situational depending on what deck you're going against. So we play 3 Voiceless, guys. Very happy with this. And yeah, if I will try to get a set of my own, but I will be playing Voiceless in the future to come. We play 3 Imperm, 3 Droll, 3 Ash Blossoms. The 1 Crossout, this was for taking out the 1 Fenrir. I kept Crossout and Callbite because we still want to protect our combo and to be able to go uninterrupted, especially against Voiceless and Droll. Droll and Voiceless are our biggest enemies, so we are playing 2 cards to try help us combo through our opponent's interruptions. So guys, this is the main deck. That is 54 cards. Very happy with that performance. Let's quickly go over the extra deck. 1 Clockwork Knight. I'm very happy. I remember in the first episode I was talking about how I was considering playing 2, but 1 copy was fine, guys. 1 copy was absolutely fine for this stage championship. So we're just playing 1. We play 1 Infinity, 1 Nova. This will stay the same, not going to change. We play 1 Hero's Varag. This is obviously why we play Polymerization to go into this guy. This guy did really well. It did serve its purpose. Very happy. I will still play it. We play 2 Chimera Rampage Dragons. The OTK machine, guys. OTK machine. We did have 2 matches, I believe, where I was able to bring out Rampage Dragon to OTK our opponents. So you do need to play 2 copies. 1 is for OTK. 2 is for a combo. 1 specific combo that you need to play 2. Then our board breakers, Mega Fleet, Fortress. Fortress did come up. Mega Fleet, I don't think so it came up, but Fortress did come up twice. I think it came up twice. 1 SP. And then now we are playing the Fiendsmith package, so Moon, Requiem, Sequence with the Desiree, as well as the Necrocrypt Princess and the DDD Wave High King Caesar. Very happy with the extra deck. Obviously, it has stayed the same since the previous video, and yeah, I am not going to change it. Then let's hop right into our side deck. So side deck, I decided to make a change. We are playing 3 Chaos Hunters. Now, after a lot of practice, especially with my friend who is playing Malice, who also participated at the stage championships, Malice is it's a really good deck, and it can be really difficult to go against it. So I decided to max out. I took out the GZQs, and I was like, we are playing max cards to try stop Malice. So we're playing the 3 Chaos Hunters with the 3 Lanciers. Surprisingly, we didn't go up against Malice. So Chaos Hunters did not go, well, its intended purpose was Malice, but we never went against Malice. We used it for Kashtira Regenesis, guys. Well, drop the card, but otherwise, carrying on, we play 3 D barriers, 2 Lightning Storm with the 1 Harpy's Feather Duster. I took out the 2 Cosmics because after, like I said, lots of practice, having a Cosmic to get rid of 1 back row was not enough. I realized I need to try get rid of the entire back row, whether it's Malice or Ryzeal Mitsurugi. So I kept in the 2 Lightning Storms, and these 2 cards actually came up, and they really helped me. So I'm very happy with this back row removal cards that I have decided to play. Then we play 3 Droplet. Very good going second card. I think you should also play it. Lightning Storms with the Harpy's Feather Duster and the Droplets did come up during the OTS turn. I mean, I'm still stuck on OTS. Stage Championship, sorry. These board breakers did come up. I'm very happy with their performance, and I think I will still continue to play them. So guys, this is the side deck, main deck, and extra deck that I will and did play at the stage championships. 54 cards, and those are the changes. Very happy. I think 54 cards and these ratios works perfectly fine, guys. I certainly recommend that you try and give this build a try, guys. Hopefully you guys will also be happy and see how well it does. I was still able to actually draw into my board breakers when I sided them in, as well as hand traps. Guys, it works. It really works. I was able to at least see either 2 hand traps or 2 board breakers, or like 1 of each. 1 hand trap, 1 board breaker. 54 cards. That's the magic number, guys. Otherwise, guys, this is the deck profile. Now, I just want to quickly talk about one aspect of the deck, which is the Fiendsmith part. how you can put it in rotation, and why I do consider to play it. Okay guys, so let's quickly talk about how you can still use Fiendsmith by putting it in rotation with your Cyber Dragon plays. It's okay if you guys don't want to play Fiendsmith in your deck. I understand, that's perfectly fine. But like I said, it's a really good engine to play. Sure, you do get locked, but you can still put it in rotation, which can still serve as follow-up or an extra disruption of Lacrima. So let me just show you. Obviously, this will just be using your Cyber Dragon core as a starter for your combo. So how it's going to work is you're going to normal summon core effect. That's going to search you the realm. You're going to go realms effect. This will search you Cyberdark Chimera. You will use realms effect to normal summon your Chimera. Cool. Next, you're going to use your core and you're going to link summon into your link 1, the Clockwork Knight. I'll just put it over here so you guys can see. Then on summon effect, sending as cost your Cyberdark Realm, you're going to search Clockwork Knight to your hand. And now here, you do have to use Chimera's effect now because you won't be able to bring it back any other way. So Cyberdark Chimera's effect, pitching your Clockwork Knight as cost, that will search you your power bond, and now you can banish materials from your graveyard. Now from here, what people will normally do is they'll take the Clockwork Knight and the Cyberdark Chimera, and they will straight away go into SB Little Knight. But before that, what you should do is you use these two and instead just go into your Moon of the Closed Heaven. Just remember, when you link, Cyberdark Chimera's effect does trigger, so you want to send your Cyberdark Worm to grave. Now from here, at least you have Power Bond in your hand and you have Cyberdark Worm in your grave. From here, you will just start putting your Fiendsmith cards in rotation. So using Moon, you're going to link summon into your Requiem. Requiem effect will summon your Lacrima. Lacrima effect will obviously send your Engraver to grave. And then you're going to use your Engraver. You'll shuffle back your Moon. You're going to keep Requiem in your grave. Shuffle back Moon as cost. Reborn the Engraver. And then only here do you use these two to go into your SB Little Knight. So what does this serve? So one, you have your Lacrima with the Requiem engrave as disruption, because Lacrima can come out in your opponent's turn and it can send the Fiendsmith Paradise, the trap card, from deck to grave, which the Paradise serves as an extra disruption, sending the Desiree, and Desiree can send one card your opponent controls to the graveyard. And second, you now have your Fiendsmith engine in rotation. You have Engraver in your grave, so if you're able to go back to your turn, you can now just start your Fiendsmith plays. All right, guys, so that's what I wanted to indicate with this combo about you do get locked, but you can still just put your Fiendsmith cards in rotation. So guys, just to show, out of curiosity, those who want to see what you do from here, what you're going to do next is you're going to activate Cyberdark Worm's effect as cost. You're going to send Hertz to grave. And then resolving, Cyberdark Worm will special summon itself, and you will add a Cyber Speller Trap that's in your grave to your hand. That will be the Cyberdark Realm. And now, before you activate Power Bond, just because people do play Impulse, so what I would like to do first is activate Clockwork Knight, banishing as cost, discard your Cyberdark Realm, and that will search you your Therion King Regulus. Also, I just realized on a new chain, actually, please make sure, remember to use Hertz effect. Just add the Cyber Dragon to your hand. So now, from here, after adding Cyber Dragon and then getting Therion King Regulus, you'll use Regulus effect, and you want to, don't use Hertz because you need two names in your grave. You can use Cyber Dragon, but for this, how I like to play, I keep Cyber Dragon in my hand to use for polymerization so that I don't have to use Nashta. And also, people like to just bestial the card that I normally pick for Therion King Regulus. So it has became a habit for me where I just choose Clockwork Knight. So what I like to do is just go Clockwork Knight to equip to the Regulus. So you establish your negate for Power Bond because, like I said, you want to stop Impulse from negating your Power Bond. Then you go Power Bond, and you're going to banish your Hertz and your Core from grave. Oh, yeah, banish from grave. And then you're going to fusion summon into the Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon. You'll use Rampage Dragon's effect. You are going to send Nashta and Jormungandr to your grave. Cool. And then these two, Cyberdark Worm and Rampage Dragon, will Xyz summon into Nova. You go Nova effect, detach. Depending on what you want to put up in your grave, but you specifically want to put Rampage, because obviously Cyberdark Worm's effect was already used. It does nothing. So I like to detach the Rampage Dragon, targeting my Nashta to Reborn. The reason why we do that is in the next turn, you'll see, I'll return the Nashta to my hand. You at least have Rampage Dragon in your grave to Reborn with Nashta. But anyway, continuing. Nova, detach Rampage, summon Nashta. Nashta's effect, targeting Jormungandr to Reborn. And then from here, before you forget, just go into Infinity, establish that negate. There you go. And then you'll go Jormungandr effect as cost, return Nashta to your hand. That will get polymerization to your hand. And now, as you can see, when you activate Poly, I don't want to use Nashta. I want to keep it in my hand as follow-up. So instead, I use Jormungandr and Cyber Dragon, two light machine monsters, to fusion summon into our dear boy, Heroes Varog. And then don't forget, it's on summon effect, just to recycle a spell in your graveyard that has the effect fusion summon. So guys, this is the end board. Using Cyber Dragon Core, how you can, number one, end on the regular end board with Nashta as follow-up. And also you have your Fiendsmith cards in rotation, guys. This is what I wanted to show. This is what I do. I do understand you get locked with Cyberdark Chimera, as well as Nashta down the line, because it locks you into machines, as well as, I believe it's Cyber Jormungandr. Yes, Cyber Jormungandr as well, locks you into machines. But this is what you can do, guys. So I just wanted to show you guys. I hope this helps. Hope you guys like it. Let me know your thoughts. If you still disagree with it, that's perfectly fine. Everybody has their pick and their choice on what to play. But this is what I played, guys. And this combo did come up during the States Championships. So, guys, this is the end of this video. The next video I would like to show you is the one combo where I had every single piece of engine, and I just want to show what was exactly my end board. Okay guys, so I quickly just want to demonstrate to you one situation during the States Championship, how I was able to draw into every single piece of my engine, just to show you guys the board you can end on with my Cyber Dragon build. So you specifically want Kashtira Unicorn, Cyber Dragon Core, and Fiendsmith tracked. Not Fenrir, mainly Unicorn. Unicorn is more important. This can be Engraver, because Engraver can still get you tracked. So as you guys should already know, if you have been following my videos, you always start with your other engines first and you leave your Cyber Dragon play for last, because you want to try bait out hand traps and establish some negates to protect yourself. So what we're first going to do is special summon the Unicorn, because you need to control no monsters. Unicorn effect will get you Kashtira Birth. You can just activate the Birth there. Next, we'll activate Tracked. Tracked will add Lui. Then you can discard the Lui. On a new chain, Lui's effect will trigger to special summon itself. Then you'll use Lui to link summon into Requiem. Requiem effect. This will special summon the Lacrima from your deck. Then we'll go Lacrima effect to send Engraver to grave. Then you'll activate Engraver's effect, put back your Lui to special summon himself. Now here you can decide either to go into Fiendsmith Desiree or DDD Wave Hiking Caesar, but in this format DDD Wave Hiking Caesar is more impactful. So from here I'll activate Requiem to equip to the Lacrima, and then I'll use these two to contact fuse into Necroquip Princess. Then you can use the Engraver and Necroquip Princess to Xyz summon into Wave Hiking Caesar. Now officially you can start with your Cyber Dragon plays. You guys already know the combo, but I'll just demonstrate for you guys. Normal summon Core, Core effect will search you Cyberdark Realm. Then you'll activate Cyberdark Realm to get yourself Cyberdark Chimera to your hand. Then you'll use Realms effect to normal summon the Chimera. Use Core to link summon into your Link 1 Clockwork Knight. On summon effect, sending as cost your Cyberdark Realm. This will get you Clockwork Knight to your hand. then you can just activate Chimera's effect, discard the Clockwork Knight to add Power Bond to your hand. Now here, just before in a previous video, I told you guys you can activate Clockwork Knight to get Regulus. However, this time you shouldn't do it because you already have 2 monster zones occupied and you need the 2 zones. At max, you need 2 zones to be able to bring out your Infinity and Hero's Work. So in this combo, you'll only summon Regulus at the end of your combo. So from here, you just take the Clockwork Knight and Cyberdark Chimera, and you can just link summon into your SP Little Knight. On a new chain, Cyberdark Chimera's effect will trigger because it was sent to grave. You are going to send your Cyberdark Worm. Next, you'll activate Cyberdark Worm's effect, sending Hertz as cost. Cyberdark Worm will special summon itself, and you can just add Cyberdark Realm back to your hand. On a new chain, Hertz effect will trigger, add Cyber Dragon to your hand. Then here, you will activate Power Bond, banish your Hertz and your core from grave, and then these two will fusion summon into our Chimera tech, Rampage Dragon. You'll use Rampage Dragon's effect. You're going to send Cyber Dragon Nashta and Cyber Yomangander to grave. Next, you'll Xyz summon into Cyber Dragon Nova. You'll use Nova's effect, targeting your Nashta to reborn, and then Nashta's effect will reborn Cyber Yomangander. Xyz summon into Infinity. Yomangander's effect, return Nashta to hand, and you can add Polymerization to your hand. Then just activate Poly, use Cyber Dragon and Cyber Yomangander to fusion summon into Hero's Varag. Don't forget its on summon effect. And then lastly, you can now use Clockwork Knight's effect. So you banish Clockwork Knight, discard a card as cost, discard your Cyberdark Realm, you don't need it anymore. Add Regulus to hand. Then you can just activate Regulus, and then I will link 1 Clockwork Knight to it, and this will be your board, guys. You have the usual Cyber Dragon end board, then you have DDD, Wave Hiking Caesar, Kashtira Unicorn, Birth, and then in your grave you have Lacrima and Requiem, which can serve as a disruption, where Lacrima can send Fiendsmith Paradise to grave, and this is another disruption against your opponent. And you have Nashta as follow-up to reborn maybe the Infinity or Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon if they are in your grave. So guys, this is one instance where I drew every piece of engine, and this is the type of board you can end on with this build. Okay guys, now let's talk about our matchup. So guys, the morning of the States Championship, I was very nervous. Obviously, I wanted to do well. I did not want to have a repetition of our performance from the first and second OTS tournament. But I was determined. I was very confident in my deck list. 54 cards, and I believe I had the right ratios. Surprisingly, the 54 card with all the ratios we have worked really well, guys. It actually worked really well. But let's talk about the matchups. First matchup, we went up against ABC Fiendsmith. I have not played against ABC in so long, but we won the die roll. We went first, and I can't really remember much from that matchup, but we won the die roll and we did win. I believe we went to game 3. Yes, we did go to game 3 and I won. Game 2, we went up against Memento Fiendsmith. I lost the die roll. Game 1, my opponent won. Game 2, we won. And then in game 3, my opponent's going first. He set up his board. I did have Droplet and Lightning Storm in my hand. I remember I had my board breakers in my hand. So my opponent ended on the combined creation. They had 2 back row, which is obviously the Memento quick play spells. And then they had Fiendsmith Engraver. Desiree. Fiendsmith Desiree for the negate. So we start our turn. I can't remember what I drew into, but I do remember that I first activated Lightning Storm to clear out the back row. And then on a new chain, I believe, or I could be wrong, how combined Creation King works. He used its effect, and that's where I used Droplet to negate the combined Creation King. Desiree was not a problem because my opponent did not use Desiree to negate Lightning Storm, so Desiree lost its negate. Because of that, I believe the two cards in my opponent's hand weren't any interruptions. So we were just able to play through and we OTK'd our opponent. Game 3, we went up against Ryzeal Mitsurugi. We won the die roll, but our opponent, who was playing Ryzeal Mitsurugi, he was a fantastic player. He knew how to operate the deck and how to pilot, and he actually managed to beat us in the game 1, even though we went first, and we set up our board. He played really well around our interruptions, and unfortunately, game 3 was our first loss of the tournament, which already we were doing so well. 2 wins, 1 loss, much better than the OTS tournament. But yeah, that was our first loss against Ryzeal Mitsurugi. Game 4, we went up against Purrely. I was very surprised to see Purrely. I didn't think I would see Purrely. We lost the die roll. Our opponent went first, and our opponent was able to bring out one Purrely Noir in their turn, and then because we had no interruptions, and then our opponent brought out the second one using the Purrely Yeep trap card. Yeah, he had two unaffected bodies and like almost like 10 effects to bounce back. I did try my best to play through it, but unfortunately it didn't work out in the end. So he won game 1. Game 2, I went first and I was able to set up my board. I can't remember if my opponent had interruptions, but I was able to set up my board and it was enough negates to stop my opponent's Purrely quick play spell. So he also looked at time, so he just went to game 3. Cool. Game 3, my opponent's going first, and we were able to win in game 3. I can't remember everything in game 3 that happened, but we won game 3. So we won game 4 against Purrely. Game 5, we went up against Snake Eyes Fiendsmith. Yes, guys, Snake Eyes Fiendsmith. And that was a very interesting match. My opponent was playing a very interesting deck with some cards, like some tech cards, if I would describe it like that. We lost the die roll, and this eventually led to game 3. My opponent went first. And my opponent was also playing Protoss. So he kept us under a Protoss lock calling Light. We could not special summon light monsters. And I just remember I had 2 cards I needed. Just 2 cards I needed. Clockwork Knight and Cyber Dragon Hurts. I had no other. I don't think I had any other Cyber Dragon. I can't remember. But Hurts was the only normal summon I had. I remember that. So I couldn't special summon light monsters, but guys, Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon is a dark monster. So all I did was activate Clockwork Knight. My opponent did not have any response to that. All monsters on the field became machine, and all I had to do, normal summon Hurts, contact fuse into Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon, and I believe I remember Fortress Dragon had 5 materials being used, so it was at 5,500 attack. And that's all I could do, so I just enter battle phase, attack 5.5, and then I paused for turn. My opponent was then thinking what to do. Obviously, I got rid of most of his monsters. And Princess doesn't trigger because there was no fire monsters on the field, so he had no follow-up for bringing back Princess onto the field. So after careful consideration and also time was going down, my opponent scooped. He had nothing to do because in the next turn, I just attacked for game. So we won against Snake Eyes Fiendsmith for game 5. Game 6, we went up against Voiceless Voice. Surprisingly, my opponent did not really have that good of a hand. We had excellent hands. We had our draw. We had our Fuwalos, I believe. So we were able to... Oh, and Ash. We ashed the Voiceless Voice Barrier continuous spell. Forgot its proper name. So our opponent wasn't able to do much. So when it came to our turn, clean, 2-0, won against Voiceless Voice. And also in that game was the only time in that entire tournament I was able to go full combo with every single piece of engine. The Kashtira, Fiendsmith, and Cyber Dragon. My opponent saw everything I had, and it was also quite fascinating for them to see what my deck could do. Game 7, we went up against another Ryzeal Mitsurugi, and we lost the die roll. And now, guys, this was the game where I believe at that point I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I had 5 wins and 1 loss. That was the score at that time. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure. I was asking my friends, like, do I need to win one more game to make it into top cut? I wasn't sure. But I treated this match as a very important game for me to make it into top cut. And guys, that game I was locked in against Ryzeal Mitsurugi. I was locked in because like I just said, I treated it like the game I had to win to make it into top cut. And I think I played really well. I believe I played really well. I did my best. We went to game three, and guys, we won. We won against Ryzeal Mitsurugi. Absolutely proud of myself. And that was the end of Swiss. 7 rounds at the end of Swiss. Our score was 5 wins, 1 loss. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic score. Then into Top Cut, round 8, we went up against Kashtira Regenesis. That game was actually the worst performance of our deck in that entire tournament because in game 1, my opponent bricked. So we won game 1. Game 2, my opponent went first. We bricked. Like the only time in the tournament I bricked. Honestly, I bricked. So they won game 2. Then we went to game 3 and just trying to remember, how did game 3 go? Oh yeah, game 3, my opponent was able to set up some Regenesis plays. Me, in my case, I was just relying on making sure. Oh yeah, sorry. Scratch all that. Let me repeat myself. Game 3, we went first. I only had Cyber Emergency. I had Chaos Hunter, Lancia, Nashter, Cyber Emergency, and Forbidden Droplet. That was my opening hand. So I activate Cyber Emergency to search for core. On resolution, I get hit with Droll, and Droll just hurts us. I had no cross out, no ways to play around Droll. All I could do was set Droplet, pass. My opponent opened Lightning Storm, got rid of the Forbidden Droplet. Then they started their Regenesis plays. They brought out Regenesis Archfiend, Regenesis Sage, which is the negate, and then Warrior, which is the tribute to, I believe it's banish a monster or send a monster to grave. That was 7,500 attack on field, and I was like, okay, cool. On the summon of Warrior, I was like, I need to take the chance, use Chaos Hunter's effect just to put a body on the field so that I don't die in that round. And luckily, we were able to survive that round. And then in the next turn, I drew into Cyber Emergency, and then Cyber Emergency was able to get me Cyber Yomengarda, because Summon Yomengarda, whatever, however you say the name, is a very good bait of Ash or just any negate my opponent has, because Cyber Yomengarda is a 1-card infinity. So we baited out the Sage, and my opponent had 2 cards in hand. I was like, all right, it is what it is. If Core gets negated, that's game. Normal summon Core, but Core goes uninterrupted. So the 2 cards in my opponent's hand was unfortunately nothing. We went full combo, and full combo able to go into Chimeric Rampage Dragon, attack for game. So we won game 8, guys. Then game 9, top 4, guys. We went up against Ryzeal Mitsurugi. It's the same Ryzeal Mitsurugi player I played in game 3 that we lost to. And I was determined to try and win this. I was 1 game away from being in the finals, guys. 1 game away. But I kept up a good fight. Game 1, I can't remember who won the die roll. I cannot remember, but game 1, he probably won. Game 2, I won. Then we went to game 3, and my opponent went first. He went full combo because we had no interruption. I drew into a board breaker in my opening hand. I had Forbidden Droplet. But guys, against a full Ryzeal Mitsurugi board, Droplet is not enough, especially against a 3-material detonator. But I believe I had Cyber Yomengarda, Cyber Dark Chimera, Cyber Dragon Nashter, and Cyber Dark Claw. I believe Cyber Dark Claw was in my hand, and with Droplet. I believe that's 5 cards. The card I drew into, I cannot remember what it is. I believe that was my opening hand. And just with that hand going, like just engine alone with no interruptions, no hand traps, just 1 board breaker, it wasn't enough. Unfortunately, I tried my best to the very end to try and play through all interruptions, but unfortunately, we lost. We lost in game 9 against Ryzeal Mitsurugi, guys, and that is where the journey ended. Overall score was 6 wins and 2 losses, guys. 6 wins and 2 losses. Absolutely fantastic. What a fantastic performance with my Cyber Dragon deck at the States Championships in Cape Town, guys. So, guys, at the end of States Championships, we came top 4. We got the semi-finalist trophy, guys. Absolutely beautiful performance with Cyber Dragons. I'm very proud of myself. I'm very proud of my deck. I'm very proud for representing Cyber Dragons as well. And it was an amazing journey. I enjoyed it. I loved it. So guys, this obviously brings us to the end of the video. Sorry. Next video, as I said, it will be the feature match that your boy Naughty Nev was in. We will go over that and I'll discuss about the plays and the interactions. Hope you guys are excited for that because I am. Otherwise, guys, I think this Cyber Dragon build of mine, Cyber Dragon, Fiendsmith, Kashtira, right now, for Cyber Dragons going first, I think this is the way. I'm very proud of it. I'm very happy with the ratios. I think I'll be playing this until I know K9s is coming out in the future, but that's then. That's only in the future. So I'll be sticking with my build, and I think this is the way, guys. Otherwise, guys, thank you for your support. I appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed this journey, enjoyed being with me, watching the progress of my Cyber Dragon build, and how we were able to come top 4 at States Championships. Thank you guys. Love you all. And otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Naughty Nev signing out. Peace.